Hey, everybody, this is Troy over at Uncomfortable Truths. Thanks for checking me out. So, today we're talking about secular talk because Kyle Kalinske took a based position when it comes to defending freedom of speech from these people that are trying to ban TikTok.
Nobody should be in favor of banning TikTok. Okay, guys, we live in the United States of America.
Left leaning or not, Kyle Kalinske 100% correct on this. And everybody that's in favor of freedom of speech and the principle of freedom of expression should be coming out and opposing this. This is absolutely unacceptable because we don't need the government to come through and say, oh, actually, this is dangerous for you and you're not allowed to use it. That isn't your role. We, the people, should be deciding whether or not we think it's dangerous in an individual capacity. All of these companies are taking your data. And yes, it may be the case and likely is that TikTok is more efficient at doing this. Well, you can set regulations across the board and make all of these social media companies compete in a fair and free market where they have to follow certain regulations where they aren't data mining in a way that's inappropriate. Why is it that they're coming after TikTok, but they're not going after like Facebook or they're not going after Instagram? And they actually are starting to go after Twitter. Well, while it may be the case that right now TikTok seems to be favoring the left, that doesn't mean we on the right don't need to actually speak up against this because they're already starting to come after Twitter. And you have people like AOC saying, well, if we keep going down this road, what we're going to see is we're going to see some problems where the algorithm isn't favorable to really our side of the aisle. Yeah, you are seeing that. It's because when Elon Musk takes over, he goes and says, yeah, we're not actually going to give a bias in favor of the Democrats. We're just going to have an unbiased platform politically. Well, now that that's the case, you're not liking the outcomes because it doesn't favor your party. Or how about Facebook, where they censored actual information that turned out to be true about Hunter Biden's laptop? These are issues that they have no problem with. The reason that our government wants to ban TikTok is simply because they have less control over it, which is actually, in a weird way, a huge benefit for the American citizenry because it means we're going to get less censorship from those areas. So currently, the government doesn't like that we're getting a lot of information and people are getting this from TikTok about Gaza. Now, I happen to not even agree with most of the information coming from TikTok when it comes to this issue. TikTok does not agree with my stance on Israel and Gaza, but that is beside the point because there is simply a principle that I am not willing to shut down the speech of my political opponents. They have every right to go out there and make their case to the American people and make their case to their audience just like I do. We have an inherent right that is within each one of us as American citizens to go out and speak our mind and have freedom of speech. And we should in no way be tolerating politicians that are doing this because this is already passed the House. So Congress, people in Congress are already saying, yeah, Americans who watch TikTok, I mean, millions of Americans use TikTok. They're not allowed to do that anymore. Well, what if we put that same standard to other people's media that they happen to enjoy? For example, I watch a lot of YouTube. Goes without saying, right? Well, saying that they're going to get rid of YouTube would be absolutely insane. I mean, it would be crazy. TikTok isn't any different just because I might not happen to use it that often. So, why is it that our government officials are so hell bent on trying to censor people in these categories, and particularly with TikTok? Well, it's because they're war hawks and they want to keep up the propaganda that they have in relation to China. We've heard whisperings of it before. They're very much concerned about Taiwan, which for decades we've actually been saying, well, yeah, we do actually recognize Taiwan as part of China, or at least we're not going to come out and say one way or the other what our official stance is, because there is no reason for us to be escalating with China in this manner. We should be doing exactly what Trump was doing and actually fixing the trade deficit with China, not trying to lead us into a hot war with somebody who, one, is very much tied to our own economy. So if we try to attack China's economy or try to attack them on like a war footing over Taiwan, it's going to harm us. The way that we deal with these trade deficits and the way we deal with these problems is to just change our trade deals. Why is it that China can go into all of these other countries and give them loans and build relationships with other countries in that manner? That's much more efficient than what we're doing. And we can respond. We can go out to the rest of the world and say, hey, we're actually really an economic superpower, and we'd like to help you by building bridges, building roads, and then having you pay us back interest on those investments that we're making in your country. It's a great method that helps everybody. However, China's kicking our ass on this. This is a problem. It is actually a risk to the United States. But instead of going out and trying to bomb China or talk about escalating tensions over Taiwan, beat them in this trade war so that we don't have to go and fight these wars. Democrats and honestly a lot of Republicans want to fight war with everybody. And honestly, it's disgusting and there's no need for it. We should try to settle things as peacefully as we possibly can. So Kyle's going to go on and talk a little bit about what he thinks of the China Hawks. And to tell you the truth, I'm right there with him when it comes to his stance on the China Hawks, because something has to be done about this.
Please. Please. Here's my response to all the China Hawks. See this? This is my response to all the China Hawks. Go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves. Please. So he's so concerned about the youth. God forbid China has access to, I don't know what, Little Timmy's baseball league information. Like, what the fuck are we concerned about? Shut the fuck up. Shut up. They want to ban TikTok because TikTok is actually breaking their narrative control. That's the reality. I don't even watch TikTok. I don't care about TikTok personally.
That's the stance that everybody should be taking for all of these war hawks that want to go to war with literally everybody that we have a problem with on the world stage. What's the game plan? Are we going to go to war with Russia over Ukraine, China over Taiwan, Iran, Venezuela, North Korea? Are we seriously going to plan on going to war with the entire world? That is an absolutely horrible plan that's not going to make us safer. It's not going to make the world a better place. All it's going to do is get all of these countries to start working together against us. So instead of following this stupid fear-mongering tactic that, oh, Russia's going to come and take everything, they're controlling your elections, and China's controlling the youth through TikTok, get the hell out of here. I'm 1,000 times more scared of my own government than I am from fucking TikTok. Give me a break. I get it. There are security problems. They are taking some of our data. Well, we can address those things without getting rid of the entire platform. There are problems that our government doesn't care about when our cars are monitoring what we're driving. They will let sexual books into elementary schools, and I'm supposed to buy that my government is concerned about TikTok. I don't buy it for a second. He is 100% correct. The reason why they're trying to crack down on certain social media companies is because they want to control the narrative. And they know that they can control Facebook, and they know that they can control some of these other outlets. So the fact that they aren't able to control this one is what really has them upset. So anyway, everybody, I really appreciate you guys watching this. I hope that this does not happen. I'm not sure if this is going to make it through the Senate or not, but we have a ton of congressmen, enough to get this bill through the House, went ahead and said, yeah, that's all right. We're going to sign on to this ban. And frankly, that's something that we should find unacceptable. So anyway, everybody, thank you again for watching. Do me a favor and hit like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care, everybody.